this cry, eh? A pleasant good night to everyone. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman and Madam Chairlady. Members of the head table, colleagues of the round table, friends, supporters, everyone, again a pleasant good night. Well, by now most of you all heard that I was dismissed from my job today. Abruptly fired from my job today. So the agenda here tonight is based on recent development with respect to the Defense Amendment Bill. But if you all will allow me, I would like to put that behind, leave that for the more competent individuals here and deal with this dismissal, this termination for the period that I have to speak, if you all will allow me to do that. This is the dismissal letter that I received from the CPEP Company Limited today. I wasn't employed as a field officer at CPEP 2010, well, to this day. And I've had a number of challenges. In fact, I can say that since assuming the position, I was treated like a political football. Many days I went to work. They said no woman will cry.
I just cried.
But if the tears fall, please excuse me. From the very day I picked up the job, I functioned for about 7 months. God is my witness. For about 7 months, I functioned sitting down in a waiting room with nothing to do. No desk, no chair, and no assignment for about 7 months in CPEP. I wrote to the then chairman, Mr. Raymond Timke. I even went and visited Mr. Timke, but he was on his way out, so there was nothing that he could have done to help me. Nonetheless, I wrote several letters to the company. I visited the minister. The line minister is Dr. Rudal Munilal.
A dog! That is a dog!
I actually informed the minister. Of my situation in CPEP. And his response to me was, "You're getting paid?" I said, "Yes." He said, "So what you worrying about?" And having realized that not even the minister cared about my situation, I persevered, and I persevered in a waiting room. Those who work in CPEP company, they can tell you, there are people here present tonight from CPEP who will tell you that for 7 months or more, I functioned in a waiting room. Things got so bad because people started shoo-shooing in the company. And they were shoo-shooing, you know why they were shoo-shooing? Because they were looking at me and saying, "Look at her, big defender of the UNC party, and look what they take her, and look how they have her like a little football inside of CPEP." I was the laughing stock inside of CPEP Company Limited. They hear? For days I went to work in CPEP in a dark glasses and a dark shades, hiding my eyes, crying. Staff members used to be asking me why I wear dark shades in the office. Dark shades, sitting down on this and crying. crying because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have nowhere to turn. Today, the CPAP Company Limited is saying to me that they are terminating my services because I do not own a vehicle. That is what this letter says. That I do not own a vehicle, and the company policy is that you must own a vehicle to be a field officer in CPAP. People, after about 19 months, that was when I started writing for the TNT Mirror. April 2012. I started to receive, well, not threats, but I started to receive statements, certain statements from ministers and supporters of the government that I am back talking the PP government and that I get a house and I get a work. So basically every day that is how it was to me. People on the internet would be telling me why I don't hush because I have an AGC house and I have a government work. The government gives me a work. Right? Right? And basically that is what it has been. But my people, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. We don't need laws in this country to solve crime. You know what we need? We have the laws, all the laws there. We need good and decent people who hold public office to solve crime. You cannot put the army and the soldier on the street. You cannot have constitutional reform. And you have people like Munilal, and I call him Munilal because he deserves no respect, because they are holding their office and they are using their office to do political victimization against those who they perceive to be against them. I am not against the government. I am against the things that they are doing that is bringing my country into disrepute, that is bringing my country down. I am against what they are doing because you know why? In this country, we know that there is a PNM party and we associate the PNM party with African people. And we know that there is UNC and we associate the UNC with East Indian people. And for every time the UNC take office in this country, East Indian people have to bow their head in shame because the people who run in the government does so much of disgraceful and immoral acts that they put a stain on all the East Indian people in this country. That could never be right, people. That could never be right. Under Basdio Pandey leadership, I never saw this. It was there, but it was never as raw as it is now in this country. People are losing their work in this country because you dare to stand up and talk about the government. But I want to leave them with one message here tonight. I want to leave them with one message. They could take my work, as they call it. They could take my AGC house, how they call it. May 12th, this year, I will be 47 years, God spare my life. And no politics ain't see me big how I am here today. Most of the UNC time was in opposition. I didn't benefit nothing from UNC. I was a struggler. I went through a journey. And today, the people in this country, people of my color and my race, have to hear me say today in this country that the party I struggled for, when no African people didn't want to associate with that party, I I stood up for it, and I stood up for it in a black community where I live against my people. And people have to watch me in this country today go through this. Because why? I refuse to toe the eat a food line. I will not eat a food and sell out my country for a mere pottage. I have children. I have 2 boy children, and I expect to have grandchildren in the future. And my parents raised me to be good and to walk in the way of good. My parents never raised me to go after material things. Material things will always come. It will always be there. But I want them to know all unfair games display over.